On a dark and cold night in October 2019, a woman named Aida Contal disappeared in an isolated cabin deep in the forests of Michigan. She was only trying to escape the memories of a crowded city, but what she didn't know was that the real danger wasn't outside. It would start playing tricks on her mind, turning every shadow and sound into a threat. Was she imagining everything, or was something truly lurking in the darkness? Stay with us for the full story, where the truth is stranger than fiction. October 17, 2019. Around 1:30 a.m., a 47-year-old woman named Aida Contal stepped out of her family's old wooden cabin, hidden deep in the forests of rural Michigan. The cabin was isolated, surrounded by thick woods, swamps, and wilderness in every direction. The nearest neighbor was nearly 800 meters away. Most people would find a place like this terrifying. Aida found it comforting. After living in crowded Detroit, this silence felt safe, peaceful, familiar. This cabin had been in her family for over 75 years, and it held some of her happiest childhood memories. Just months earlier, her sense of safety had been shattered. In broad daylight, while walking through a busy Detroit street, a stranger attacked her without warning. No rabri, no argument, no motive. He broke her nose, caused a concussion, and vanished. The randomness of the attack was worse than the violence itself. He didn't know her. He didn't want anything. He simply chose her. That moment broke something inside Aida. Mentally, physically, emotionally. She lost her job as an engineer. Her health declined. Fear followed her everywhere. So when her uncle asked her to stay at the family cabin and prepare it for winter, she saw it as an escape, a chance to heal, a chance to breathe. For a week, she and her boyfriend worked on the cabin together. Then he had to leave. That night, Aida was alone, just her and her dog. Aida couldn't sleep. She had already taken a sleeping pill, but it did nothing. Her body felt restless. Her mind refused to slow down. So she grabbed the leash, clipped it onto her dog, and stepped back outside. The roads around the cabin were narrow and winding. No streetlights, only darkness and trees. But Aida knew this place well. And in her jacket pocket, she carried a 9mm handgun. As she walked, her dog suddenly stopped near a tree. His ears lifted, his body stiffened. A low growl escaped its throat. Aida raised her flashlight and pointed it toward the direction her dog was staring at. The beam cut through the darkness. Two eyes reflected back at her, shining, unblinking. She knew instantly what it was, a mountain lion. Her heart pounded as she slowly reached for her gun. Before she could pull it out, the eyes blinked, then vanished into the forest. Branches snapped, footsteps faded. The lion was gone. Aida exhaled a long, shaking breath. She grabbed the leash and hurried back to the cabin. Inside, she locked the door, sent a message to her boyfriend, tried to calm herself, but something still felt wrong. Then she heard it. A sound outside the living room window. Branches snapping. Footsteps, maybe. She walked closer to the glass, pressed her face against it. Nothing, just darkness. She told herself it was the mountain lion, or the wind, but deep down, she wasn't convinced. 20 minutes passed. Aida was sitting on the couch, trying to relax, when the sound returned. This time, she saw movement, a shape. This wasn't an animal. It looked like a man. Her body reacted before her mind could. She grabbed the gun and dove behind the couch. "I have a weapon," she shouted. "If you try to come inside, I'll shoot." No response. Silence. Then, footsteps on the front porch. Heavy. Deliberate. Her heart raced as she reached for her phone. She almost called 911, but hesitated. What if it was nothing? What if it was just her fear? Ever since the attack in Detroit, her nerves had been fragile. Every sound felt dangerous. She called her boyfriend. No answer. She called a friend and told her everything. The walk, the mountain lion, the sounds, the figure outside. Her voice broke as she spoke. The friend insisted on calling the police. Aida asked her to wait, gun in one hand, phone in the other. Ida crawled slowly toward the kitchen window overlooking the front steps. She lifted her head just enough to see outside. The porch was empty. Relief washed over her. She almost laughed. Then she turned her head back toward the living room window and froze. Two shadows stood outside. Only their legs were visible, standing inches from the glass. Watching her, Ida raised her gun. The figures raised theirs. Gunfire exploded. Glass shattered. Bullets ripped through walls and ceilings. Ida screamed into the phone. "There are two men. They're shooting at me." She fired back, convinced she hit one of them. Then she dropped to the floor. Silence. No footsteps. No voices. Only the wind and a distant mountain lion cry. Suddenly, heavy footsteps above her. On the second floor, someone was moving back and forth, armed, inside her family's cabin. She thought about running, grabbing her dog and disappearing into the forest. But another memory surfaced. Detroit, the attack, the helplessness. "No more," she whispered. Ida stood up, gun shaking in her hands. She climbed the stairs, step by step. 30 minutes later, police arrived. They found shattered glass, bullet holes everywhere, but no intruders. Outside, they found Ida's shoes, her phone, on the roof. Her gun lay below. Ida was gone. Search teams found nothing. Hospitals reported no gunshot victims. No suspects. No leads. 2 months later, her family drained a nearby pond. They found her body 275 meters from the cabin. No gunshot wounds. No signs of a struggle. The autopsy revealed the truth. That night, Ida had taken Valium, anti-anxiety medication, and smoked methamphetamine. The drug caused intense paranoia. The men she saw were reflections. The gunfight was with her own shadow. The footsteps were the cabin settling, the forest breathing. Terrified by enemies that didn't exist, she fled into the cold night. Her body couldn't survive the drugs, the exhaustion, and the freezing temperature. She didn't drown. She froze. In the end, the danger she was running from wasn't in the forest. It wasn't in Detroit. It was inside her mind. Sometimes, the most dangerous thing we try to escape from is not a person, not a monster, not the darkness of the forest. Sometimes, the real danger lives inside the human mind. If the story gave you chills, or made you question what fear can do to our perception of reality, don't forget to support the channel. Thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss our upcoming stories of true crime and dark mysteries. And if you think this story deserves to be heard, share it with others, because sometimes the scariest stories are the real ones. Until the next story,